Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. This is Recie Myers, better known as Recie by many of my friends.
Good morning to everyone, and I'm Roland.
Yes, I'm also glad when Roland is here with me. Today is Friday. Can you believe the week has just flown by?
Really?
Yes, and it looks like it's been raining all night last night, so it's a rainy day. But I'm going to go on out and walk anyway when it settles down or simmers down a bit. So this morning, Roland and I are going to talk a little bit about 2019. It's just days away.
Yeah,
It's just days away.
less than a week.
Oh, well, let's see. Yeah,
Next Tuesday.
next Tuesday. That's just a few days. Yes. Good morning. Good morning, George. Glad that you can join Roland and me this morning. We're just going to talk a little bit about something that we all possess, but we don't really activate it much. We tend to live life. It's a reflection of what we have in our thoughts, in our minds, in our imagination. Imagination. It seems like a small word, but the reason a lot of the times the reason why we live in the house or where we live in the community where we live is because we're like a shadow. We are copying or what other people do. How they live and what they do. Do we really go inside our own imagination and come up with our own creative thoughts? Do we really do that? Well, there are three departments in our lives. Our family life, we have our work and leisure life, how we spend our day, and then we have rewards. And our rewards come in the form of our income. And so, 2019 is upon us. And we don't want to just merely copy others. Yes, you can copy for a point or to a point, because the way you get good at something is through repetition, but then you have to come to a point in your life when you take what you've learned, what you've gleaned, and then you come up with your own. Taking family life, for instance. Birthdays. People generally just give a birthday card or wait until some special event to do something for someone. Who made that rule? Who made that rule? Every single day, we can use our imagination to find creative ways to show love and meaning and charm to those who are important to us in our lives, and take work and leisure, for instance. Sometimes, you make all these goals, you meet your goals, you meet the challenges, not the challenge, you meet the goals that you have set for yourself. But what's the purpose of achieving that if you have no one to really share it with, Because that's the reason why, that's the why for many of us, why we do some of the things that we do. But not to copy what other people have done. We want to be able to be creative,
Right, and it starts me thinking, a lot of times your imagination is the only way that we can really overcome certain problems, or challenges that we may have in our businesses.
That's right.
So we need to keep that channel open, for
Yes.
an imagination could take hold.
So when you talk about that too, innovation, coming up with either a better way to do something or a more efficient way to do something, or come up with something completely, different, like ideas and things. So I'm thinking about 2018. If you've done what you've always done, expecting, we kind of mentioned that yesterday, expecting different results.
It's a definition of
Insanity, right?
insanity.
So 2019, it's 365 days.
Yeah.
You have 365 days to activate that imagination. And another thing about imagination, it's hard to really be creative when you're allowing disappointments and things from the past to weigh you down. That channel, like you said, is not open.
They got a thing they call thinking outside the box. I think that's how we need to think of ourselves in endeavors. We need to think outside of the box, and our imagination allows us to do that.
Right. And it helps us to rise above whatever, whatever circumstances are around you going on. You can think, how you could design your future, design your life. Your imagination can do that. You need that as a base to be able to do those things.
Yeah.
So, and it goes back to kind of like to mindset, So 2019 is here. I don't want to say it's a few days away. It's here. So get that imagination, get that creative juice flowing that can affect your personal life, your family life, your work and your leisure, and even your income. If you don't like what you're bringing in, you want to change your circumstances, you can do that. So that's what Roland and I have for you this morning. This is a really short one. It's Friday, and we have some things to do. So we didn't want to not come on and share with you. Oh, there's some other people who are joining us, Roland. Good morning, Kalusha. Good morning. Glad that you're here with us this morning. And I just saw Eddie. Good morning to you. And let's see. Good morning, Cousin Jay. Glad that you can join us too from the greater Chicago area. And by the way, tell us where you're tuning in from. Oh, good morning, Bertha. Good morning. I know you're tuning in from New York, I think. And good morning, Bill. Glad that you can join us. And there's George. That's right. Okay. So we were talking about, for those of you who are just joining us, we were talking about imagination. And it's kind of like the baseline. It's the base for everything. So imagination really is everything. Because without imagination, you can't really overcome some of the challenges that you may face. It's hard to envision what your future is going to be like. How to overcome, like I said, overcome challenges, how to grow, and how you can imagine your future. So, did you want to add anything else?
Well, I also think of brand too. Imagination could be very important as far as differentiating your brand. Who you are and how you represent yourself.
That's right. When you said that, it made me think about those 5 questions that we need to consider, like in terms of your work and leisure. I almost forgot this part. What business are you in? What is its purpose? And how is it going to contribute to the well-being of not just you, but, to mankind? And how can you make it better?
Right.
So it takes imagination. Imagination really is everything. It's your mindset. So going into 2019, be sure to activate your imagination. Be sure to tell me where you're tuning in from. Be sure to share this out if anything I've said or what we've said resonates with you. And also, there's a link somewhere in the description on how you can, if you're in business, we were talking to spiritual entrepreneurs. I forgot to say that at the beginning. We're talking about spiritual entrepreneurs who want to do more, be more, impact more lives in this coming year. And if you have a brick and mortar business, or if you have an online business, a way that you can grow your business, and anything that you need to know about marketing, the link is there. Click on it. It's for 10 days for $10. You can't beat that. Yeah. You can't beat that. So take advantage of it. Opportunity. And we'll be back on, Monday. That's New Year's Day. I think Roland and I.
New Year's Eve.
That's New Year's Eve. Yeah. So we'll be back on Wednesday. So we're going to take Monday off. Okay. And Tuesday, New Year's Day, and we'll be back on Wednesday next week. So have a powerful, impactful, on purpose day, and activate your imagination.
And be safe coming into the new year.
All right. Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.